What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcast for the next episode of Styx, Master of Shadows. In the previous episode, we had completed our first mission, and we had been assigned some skill points, or some stealth points, or I don't know, some slashing points. I don't know what the S stands for. We can reasonably assume that the P stands for points at the other side, because, we are a fan of things occurring in the way that they have occurred throughout all games, throughout all time. And so, the first half, while I'm not so sure, let's talk about the skills. Before I go talking about anything else, that's what I wanted to start out with. The game patched today. And as part of an oversight with that patch, from what I can tell, it rebound all of the keys to like weird spots. So for example, Z was to walk forward and like L was to walk to the right. I'm thinking that the patch just kind of corrupted the config file or something. I had to rebind all of my keys. Hopefully they'll get that sorted out in the next day or two. They'll probably repatch it real fast just to fix it. It's not a major issue. It just means somebody probably hit an extra button or something when compiling. And so let's look at the skills right here. We've got stealth skills. We've got agility skills, we've got cloning skills, amber vision skills, we've got equipment skills, killing skills, and then finally, predatorial skills. These are the ones that Chris Hansen doesn't want you to use the most. And so we've got a number of trees here, and from the way that the game is organized, I'm thinking that we're probably not going to be able to use every single tree to the max. I was looking at the point values, and it seems to be 20, 40, 60, 80, or 20, 40, 60, 100, or 20, or 40, 60. Basically, the jump and skill points that you need in order to get the next chain on each of these, and you do have to go in order. So, for example, I would have to get the left one, then this one, then this one, then this one. Like, you have to buy them in order. There's no, like, free play right here where you can just grab whatever you want. And so every tree offers something a little bit different to your playstyle, and I wanted to take a brief couple minutes at the beginning of the episode and talk about what those things are, so that as I go through it throughout the remainder of this playthrough, you aren't blind. You aren't going, okay, so what is he clicking on now? What did he do? Okay, what did that skill do? I will try and explain it briefly after I click a new skill, and when I choose a new skill, even in future episodes, even though I've explained it right here, because I think that's probably the best way to keep everybody's understanding nice and healthy, keep it nice and ruby red. And so I think that the first tree we'll talk about, we'll start from the left, we'll go to the right, because that seems most natural to me. We got the stealth tree. The stealth tree, the first thing in the stealth tree is an ability that allows you to figure out if a guard off camera is about to see you. And so that's an ability that would be useful to my playstyle, because I tend to overlook like that one random guy that's off in a corner. And so basically it gives you a slight little alarm bell so that you know there's one guy that you missed and that he's about to see you, so that you can adapt to the situation appropriately. Now, because the game doesn't have an active pause or anything like that, I don't see that ability being incredibly useful unless it gives you a very, very generous warning, like very, very early, and so I probably won't take that one. The next ability up in the tree makes you make less noise when you're running and when you're crawling around. The next one up in the tree allows you to recover half of the amber whenever you stealth and come out of it. And then the final one, the creme de la creme, the cherry on top, is an ability that allows you to go permanently stealthy as long as you stay still. So if you stop in spot and you do not hop, then you will use up the amber, but at the same time you can just stay invisible in one spot forever. And, okay, and so the agility tree. The agility tree, I'm going to have to refresh my memory. So you make less noise when you hit the ground. Also useful because I find a lot of problems in this game, not problems with the game itself, but I find a lot of in-game situational problems where I need to jump down off a ledge, but I'm also like 5 feet from a guard, and he hears the pitter-patter of my little goblin-y feet, the clitter-clack of my enormous toenails. Your rolls and dodges are far more effective in avoiding the blows of your enemies, and so I don't think that that would be, you need less accuracy to successfully dodge an attack. So I don't know if that actually changes your parry and makes it easier, or if B, it just makes your dodge roll more effective. That one's not really entirely clear. At first glance, I thought it had to have affected your parry, and it makes the opening wider so that it's easier to parry blows, but until you get the skill and you test it out, I can't really tell you. I'll have to look it up on a wiki to figure it out. Expert Duelist. In a duel, you require less accuracy to successfully counter an enemy. Okay, so that actually explains the question right there. So this probably just makes your dodge a little bit better, and this makes... I think your dodge must come with some rudimentary amount of total evasion, maybe. So, for example, if you're in the middle of a dodge roll, like attacks go straight through you or something like that, a lot of games employ mechanics like that, even though they don't look good on screen when a sword just goes straight through your character but doesn't count. But at the same time, a lot of games employ that mechanic. So I'm thinking this one probably makes your dodge roll a little bit better. This one makes your parry a little bit wider. And then the final one is Elite Thrower, which will double the distance at which you can throw projectiles. Not a bad ability. It's expensive, and it's going to be difficult if you're not interested in anything else in this tree. Like, I'm really not interested in any of this except for this one right here. That's a lot of points to throw down in order to get to the end of the tree, especially since we don't know at this point if there's ever going to be enough points for us to go to the end of every single tree. If if there are enough points for us to go to the end of every single tree without having to perfect every mission, then you could throw some random points here and there just to have fun with it. But if we're on a limited amount of SP allocation, then that means we need to be planning our gameplay strategy appropriately. And thus far, I've been favoring stealth a little bit. We have gotten ourselves into a couple of face-to-face altercations, but I think with some upgrades, I think our stealth will do a little bit better. Additionally, I need to stop tunnel visioning, and I need to stop focusing so heavily on killing everyone because I get bored. And if I go more than 30 seconds without killing somebody in a stealth game, I start to get really, really bored. I had this problem in Metal Gear Solid 2, where if I'm not choking somebody out or stabbing somebody repeatedly or doing like the prison yard shiv activities, I get kind of bored. So anyways, your clones can grab an enemy for a few moments. You can take advantage to kill them or simply continue on your way unhindered. I thought they already had that ability. Pounce. The next one is you can order a clone to hide in boxes and things, and then he'll jump out and he will kill them once they come by. That actually seems really, really useful because it removes the lethality from your situation. You can just use your clone, and if he fails at the job, then he fails at the job. Oh well. But it doesn't come crashing down on top of you if the whole thing falls apart, which is always an attractive... It's always an attractive option when you're playing a stealth game. The next one up is going to be Superior Smoke Bomb. It makes the smoke bomb bigger. And the Invisible Clone, it's pretty self-explanatory, and you'll forgive me as I drop my cell phone on my desk right here. I use it as my timer for these episodes. And so I dropped my cell phone, and it made a loud noise, and so now we're dwelling on it, we're moving on. When you control a clone, you can make it invisible. There's no cost in amber, but you can only do it once per clone. That's an interesting ability, and I think one that could be played with to do in good effect, if you give it the proper diligence, I suppose. And the next one is going to be, what was this one called? Amber Vision. Okay, and so Expert Collector. This was the one that I was leaning towards as our first point, because even if we're not going to go to the end of this tree, 20 skill points to find it easier to find all the collectibles on every level is... That's a pretty good ability, considering we get a pretty large fistful of skill points for getting every collectible on a level. I think you get like an extra 25 skill points. Bam, that's an extra skill point if you're going into the first tier. That's an extra half a skill point per level if you're going into the second tier. Only when you reach like the fourth tier does 25 points kind of end up being too little, but for any of these tiers, you're actually getting a pretty large percentage of an upgrade just by nature of having this, because you can find everything on every level. Superior Amber Vision. You can use your Amber Vision for twice as long. I don't tend to use it that often, but I'm going to try and use it a little bit more, so that might be useful. Piercing Gaze. You perceive more clearly the direction your enemy is facing. This can be useful when you only make out their silhouette. Questionable on that one. Not sure if that's something that I would take. We've got Awareness. The area of your Amber Vision perception is enlarged by 50%. Now that is pretty nice. That would be a really, really good ability, especially put hand in hand with this one, because I'm assuming it's going to be like some other games that we played here at the Nerd Castle, where you can see, actually I played it on the stream, it reminds me of the second tier ability that you get in Dishonored, which allows you to see everything that can be picked up, and basically you can sit at the beginning of the level and just like look out into the distance and you can see everything in the entire level that can be looted, and that's a really, really good position to be in if you find yourself never having enough money or enough skill points, what have you. Next one up is going to be inventory related abilities. So we get extra life vials, we get extra acid. We don't have any acid right now, so I don't know how that's going to be useful. Extra throwing knife, that would be very, very nice. And finally, extra amber. The final tree that we have right here is probably the one that I'm going to specialize in the most, because I do enjoy killing my prey, just throwing that quarry out there. I like hunting people in stealth games. That's what I like to do. I typically, if there's an achievement to kill everyone on every level, I tend to get it in games like these because I enjoy the thrill of the hunt. I'm not even trying to complete the objectives most of the time. As you may have noticed, the objective for me becomes killing as many people as possible in games like this. And so the first one is a covered kill. You can attack people from around a corner, and so this game does, whereas I thought this game was not going to implement some of the mechanics from Assassin's Creed, in fact, it is. And so, covered kill, you know how we can slide up against a wall? This allows us to grab people from behind the wall and kill them. Aerial kill allows us to drop on people from above, just like in Assassin's Creed. The hanging kill allows us to grab people over a ledge, just like in Assassin's Creed. Or I guess if you wanted to use a different game, we say, Shadows of Mordor. Exact same thing. If you're hanging from a ledge, you can grab somebody by the throat, drag them down, and get a kill that way. Then the final one is Murderous Impulse, which means that you can kill people from a little bit further away with your normal kill. So I'm supposing that makes him like jump a little bit further. I don't see that one being quite as useful as its skill point cost, but what you will note about the kill tree is that everything is more expensive here, so bear that in mind. The benefit that you're going to get from a lot of these, for example, I want to get to aerial kill very, very rapidly because I'm finding in a lot of situations there are people I want to drop down on. Also, ledge kill is probably a decently good plan as well because we have a lot of situations in the last 2 levels where we've been on a ledge. There's a guy right in front of us. We could have handled him that way. And so I think one of the first things I'm probably going to work towards is maxing out the kill tree just to make our lives a little bit easier when it comes time to deal with the enemies at hand. And so let's start with covered kill. And there it is, we're down to 25 skill points. I'm going to use the other skill point on Amber Vision to easier identify collectible items. There it is, and so that's going to leave us with 5 skill points left. We're not even in the double digits, and I cannot dig it, and so we will go back on over to the level start. What is this? Replay a mission? Oh, good. Okay, so you can replay missions. I probably won't do that on camera unless I get really, really addicted to the game. And even so, that's probably going to be something I'll try and do in my free time. Try and max out some missions, maybe get some freebie skill points as we go along. I don't know. We'll see what time permits. I'm finding that more and more as I get further and further into the YouTube rabbit hole that I'm having less and less free time as the days go along. And it's all part of the job, I think. We'll go ahead and leave the zone and let's start the next mission. Do you want to leave your hideout? It seems like more of a hide-in, if I were to say so myself. A hideout, I feel like it would be more open air, like in the middle of a forest or something, whereas a hide-in, we are in the sewers. But I made that joke already, so let's roll. A lovely, lovely loading screen. Akanash's Atrium. Weren't we supposed to assassinate somebody here? And then, I don't remember what the storyline was. I took my day off yesterday, and I was spent like 3.5 hours in traffic.
Well, according to Ozcan, the transport office is at the center of the embassy. Distinguished diplomats, you will have a surprise invitee at the negotiating table.
Okay, and so let's get this thing started. I think that what I want to do first is let's just look around with Amber Vision. Let's just have a look at the level layout, figure out where things are going to be at. We have some new abilities. I am going to be interested in corner killing somebody. ASAP, I think I see 3 guard. Okay, so we got a sleeper, we got a guard right there, and then we've got another guard at the other side who's just like wandering around. Let's muffle kill this one first. Did I just like push him off the edge of the cliff? I've never seen that fatality happen before. That was incredible. I am a fan. And so that leaves us right here with that guard and that guard. I think it's probably the best advice to go after this guard right here. And so that's what I'm gonna do. Although he's not facing the right direction right now. Change your facing, sir. I demand that you turn your beardy face towards the right, that you may not see me as I attempt to kill you. I'm gonna put things on my throwing knives just in case things get hairy. That would be a piece of advice that I would give to all of you. Is that if you find that you're having trouble with guards doing one thing or another, what I would suggest that you do, I was a little bit worried that that guard might see me right there, but I actually think that this counts as a solid clipping plane. That guy looked like he was going to wake up, so I'm just going to take him out real fast. It looked like he was stirring, and there will be no stirring right here. We're not cooking, we're not making batter, and so there will be no stirring. Absolutely not. Off the cliff. Whee! Oh, that's sadistic. I don't know why that's so fun for me, but it is. Let me have this. It's been a long day, and this is all that I have right now is chucking AI guards off cliffs. Whee! Oh, they dissipate when they fall. Oh, it sounded like the gate was going to open. Oh, I don't know if that was... It wasn't very close. Let's have a look around this area now. I don't think there's any reason for us to be a sneakificating. And so I almost said sneakificate. Ow, 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 ow. On fire. Goblins are flammable. Okay, and so what we learned right there is don't jump up on the torches. They will set your little goblin tootsies on fire. I don't see any other... I just want to make sure that we're not missing any secrets here. I can hide inside some pot. Awesome. I've spent a large amount of my life hiding inside of pot. Or at least hiding with pot. There we go. And so we can either go up to the top of the gate right there. It looks like there's another route around right here, or a route, if you want to make it sound super fancy. I don't like words that have like... I feel like route should always be spelled R-O-O-T, and then we can just add like a little addendum after root, like the tree. Instead of just being, you know, homonyms. Different spellings, different meanings. It's all lame and I hate them, every single one. So over here, I'm not in darkness right now, so that is not where I would like to be. I want to investigate this area. Hey, do not jump up. I demand that you not jump up. There we go. I'm not holding down the space bar. You should not be climbing up. Alright, so there's a guard. Where's he at? There he is. And I think he might be our potential first Mark, or first James, or first Richard, or whatever his name is. However, I don't feel like we have enough darkness right now to effectively take somebody out. Well, I could have taken him right there. What am I talking about? Although I do want to investigate where other people might be up in this room before I do anything too hasty. So he's going to investigate boxes over there. He's going to investigate boxes over there. That bag right there is red. I don't know if that means that it'll blow up or what that means. We'll figure it out as we play along. I doubt that it explodes or anything, although red things in video games do have the tendency to be like kablamo pretty frequently. So in order to avoid any kablamos taking place near us, I don't want to get kablamoed. Of all the things that I know right now, getting kablamoed seems awful. Somebody got kablamoed in my apartment complex the other night. Somebody walked up on him and blew his brains out. Just BAP! I'm like, well, that's all she wrote for him. 18 years old, sitting in his front yard with his brains hanging out the side of his head. Don't deal drugs, kids. Don't deal drugs. There is not a long life expectancy included in that occupation. There are a whole lot of hazards involved in that particular avenue of making revenue. Yeah, they said that the police are still investigating, but that used to happen all the time in my neighborhood, and I can tell you 100% what happened. The fact that it was one shot, somebody walked up and just went BAP right in the side of his head, that means that whoever killed him has done it before, because the first time somebody shoots at somebody, they tend to like overdo it and be like BAP, 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 just like shooting way too much. The person that did it has done it before, and the kid just got caught slipping. Kid done got caught slipping. I can virtually guarantee you it was gang oriented. By the way, don't bump into chairs in this game. Seriously, chairs are like the biggest enemy on earth. I went back and was fiddling around with some of the previous levels in between the episodes and was just trying to see, you know, if I could learn this mechanic or that mechanic, just kind of messing around with stuff. And seriously, if you touch these chairs, they rocket off to the side like they're a soccer ball or something. Seriously, they fly, like they get some serious airtime, so do not kick the chairs. And it doesn't look like it's going to let me chuck that guy right there. That seems like it would be really, really good for your upper thighs, like right above the knees. Seems like a good exercise to get yourself all nice and toned up right there. Gonna grab this coin right here. Nice, we've got 1 out of 10. Oh, there's a guard right there. And so in the interest, there's a lot more permanent light fixtures in this level than there have been in any other level. So we have a guy right there, and he looks like, actually there's 2 of them, and they're guarding the embassy. Okay. Let's stay in darkness. We're going to continue scouting because I don't really think that we have enough time to do too many more assaults. We got about 3 or 4 minutes left in the episode, but I don't want to go out on a limb right now and end up with it snapping on me, so... Okay, 2 over there.
What a beautiful day at the atrium. It's burning sun, it's dripping walls, it's delicate odor of burnt amber. Shut up, would you? It's friendly natives.
Yeah, that was what I was kind of concerned about, is after they have these little enlightening conversations, they tend to break up from their little powwow, and then they head off to wherever it is they're going. I'm going to hang out right here, and if I guess he comes this way, we'll go ahead and we'll give him the old stabbity-stabbity. Oh, good. He didn't come this way. That makes me happy. Now, we do have to watch it. Where is he going, and which way is he going to face when he gets there? We're in darkness right now, so we should be okay. That's going to obscure his vision. Okay, so he's going to go hammer on a crate for a minute. And I am going to choke him out. Hopefully, I don't think the guards have that long of a vision range, so they shouldn't see this. I think the principal place we want to be looking is off to the other side where that other guard might come out. Because he did go off on a wandering path, and we have no clue where he's going to end up at the end of his patrol. Let's go ahead and hide the body inside that big old loot crate. I wish that there was loot in the crates. While we're on the subject of loot crates, I wish that... Is Loot Crate worth it? I was looking at that subscription-based service where you get like that crate full of like nerdy shit every month. And I can't decide if I want it. It seems like I have a friend that gets it, and it seems like some months are absolutely like awful, or they're like referencing some random comic that nobody's ever heard of, and then it seems like other months that it's like the greatest thing ever. Like for example, when they focus on Firefly, focus on the Firefly. It's like focus on the family, but people actually take it seriously. Focus on the Firefly, hooray! Is that too edgy? I think I might be getting too edgy. There is a guard. Nope, nope, nope. Jumping down, absolutely not. Will not get myself shot today. I am not pleased with the prospects of getting shot. No, we will not be getting shot today. Let's see here. Actually, I have way more time in the episode than I thought that I did. We got plenty of time. Let's murder somebody. I can't see that guy. Let's brighten things up. Oh, there he is. Okay, so now he's glowing. He's glowing. He must have a baby on the way. A baby. He's going to come back this way, and he's going to look right at me, ain't he? Oh, man. Get up under the ledge and just hope. I actually think he might be a good prospect for a throwing knife kill. Where's that other guard go? He's got another guard with him. Depends if he's gonna turn around or not. Alright, we got him. Dead. Blech. Oh my god, I'm being choked. Oh lord. The goblin is so strong. His hands are so rough. Also, he has this strange sex appeal. Oh god, I'm dead. And so now we're gonna go over here. Actually, that doesn't look like it's going to work. Oh. I missed. He dropped his arrows. That's unfortunate. What if he needs those in the afterlife? Oh well. Not my problem. It's not my afterlife. Let's continue. Where is he gonna end up? I fall silent. I noticed that when I play stealth games. I've noticed it with Alien's Isolation, or Alien Isolation, as people were quick to point out. I've noticed it with Alien Isolation. I fall quiet whenever there's like a stealthy portion of the game. Are there any collectibles over there? Oh, there are. Loverly. I like coins. Coins are great. Spend them on stuff. Food on my plate. Alright. Let's go over here and don't turn around. Don't you turn around, you bastard. Don't you turn around. Alright, and so down he goes. Yet another victim. My obsession with killing people in this game is kind of concerning, but video games trained me to be like this. I'm a teetotaler. Either I'm not going to kill anybody or I'm going to kill everybody. Things are either going to get really, really ugly or really, really clean in any stealth game that I play. For example, in Dishonored, I tried not to kill people. I really sincerely tried not to kill people because the developers made a clear design choice that punished people for killing people in that game. You got a really, really terrible ending. So I tried to get the good ending. I failed, ultimately, because killing people was just way too much damn fun in that game. There's something to be said about if you're going to make a game where there's like a pacifist option and a violent option, you should make the pacifist option equally as fun as the violent option. I'm just throwing that out there because I found out that with Dishonored, until the expansion, it wasn't really that fun to play peacefully. It was actually kind of boring. You didn't get any of the cool equipment. How do I get up there? I want to be up there right now. Put me up there. Oh, this is the riskiest jump ever. If I run, can they hear me? Hope not. Oh, God! Okay, so we made it. Although now we have to make yet another sizable jump, which is also terrifying because platforming is not my forte. Alright. Well, I feel like I'm going to hit my head on that right there if I try this. So I wonder what the best way to do this is. Like maybe by hanging, possibly? Oh, nope, don't do that. Alright, so if I hang... Yeah, that's not going to work either, I don't think. I would love to be up on that platform right now because then that clearly gives us a handhold, but I'm going to hit my head if I try and jump. I know I am. I'm going to hit my head on that bar right there. And so I'm thinking this might be a little bit too risky while these guards are still up. Let's go ahead and make our way around here, and I think I'll try and find another way to bypass this. Just because it feels risky. Like, if I mess that up, those guards are going to see me. We're going to lose our stealth bonus. And with the amount of skill points you get for the stealth bonus, it's not really worth it. And so I'm just not going to do it. I don't think that there's any way for us to get up. I mean, maybe there is. Is there a way to get up there too? I'm seeing lots of areas that look like they might be accessible if you were clever enough, but I'm not seeing any ways to get up there. Maybe it looks like there's platforms and things up there. No! Stop that, Styx. I totally was not holding down the space bar. Damn it. Damn it, Styx. Why is the thing that he dropped right there glowing? What is that? He dropped a thing and it's glowing. Maybe it's just a part of his body, but I'm gonna go look. Yeah, it's just a part of his body. We can't actually loot it. So thinking of ways to get these guards to move around, I think I may have to rely on throwing knives to get through there, or we'll have to focus on the right-hand section of the level first. Oh, that was actually a lot higher than it looks. I think I could have made that jump, but I think I can get up from over here too, so I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. I can just bypass the jump this way, and it was just a little bit more risky because you had to make a couple more kills. I don't know if there is a pacifist option in this game. I wasn't paying attention at the last episode where it said all of the things that we got deductions and bonuses for. Oh, hello. Okay, so we've got that right there. What's over there? It looks like... God, these levels are so intricate. There's so many random little areas that you can end up in, and I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, I missed a jump, and that's going to hurt my feetsies. Either way, there's an extra health potion right there, so we'll make it work. Come on. Platforming skills, go! It's been a while since the NES, but we can make this work. There we go. So this one, I got to jump a little bit wider. Oh, it is not liking me right there. Disappointing. I don't even know if we can make that from where we're at, but I'm going to attempt it a couple more times just to see. We're barely making that one. Yeah. I think I should be able to make this. I don't know if I'm jumping from too wide, maybe? Yeah, I'm jumping from too wide. There we go. Let's jump over to this ledge, and I think this is going to be a really, really good spot for us to cease our prowling and break off the episode. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here in the Nerdcast for the next episode of Styx, Master of Shadows. I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. Take care of everybody, and hi-do.